Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Saturday, April 9th, 2016. Let's keep going. So yesterday we actually had quite a bit of work done on it. Oops. Question in the chats. And they were asking what we're working on today. So yeah, let's get started on that. Last time we got the main menu working with the controller. Didn't work entirely perfect, but we can now control what material the buttons will use, which will give us some way of... Hello. I'm not in Quebec. I'm not from Quebec. I'm from Ontario, actually. So now when it loads up, it passes user control to this. There's a bunch of debug text on the left side of the screen. But it lets us select the options. We can exit here, we can open a host game. But this doesn't get set properly, but we'll deal with that after. Actually, you know what, let's open first before I shut off my controller. So there we are. Okay. One thing I'm going to check with first is see if there's a function that's called on user widgets when they are applied to the viewport. So that way, instead of doing it in the level blueprint, we can do it from within the blueprint that's required. There we are. Actually, I'll show you what I mean. So, how it is now is in the graph here. The event tick, checks to see which one is to be highlighted, but actually setting the focus is done in the level blueprint. So on begin play, it does all that sort of stuff. It delays 2 seconds for you to see the check it guy with his shades on. Then it waits another 3 seconds to apply the main menu to the viewport. So you have 2 seconds of looking at the check it piece. You have another 3 seconds of it animating away. That's going to change, of course. And then the main menu is applied to the screen. But here's the thing. So after it's applied to the viewport, we then cast the main menu just so we can call it. Well, just so we can get the buttons inside it. This I don't need anymore. It's just a debug thing. So it gets the main menu's host button, so the top button on the list, and it sets the user focus to that button. What I was doing earlier was trying to set the user focus to that menu itself, which I guess wasn't working because I needed to actually set it on the button. It'd be nice if on this function call it just automatically does that, but the problem is what we have to control. Let's actually save that and compile. Sure, why not? We have the construct event, but we don't have anything else that can do that. So which means if we, and I'll show you this here, if we are in here, we can do it like this, but we come back and we're not going to have that set up. So basically we have gamepad input going in, we leave and then come back, we don't have gamepad input anymore because it wasn't the level that set it on begin play. It's some other function. Well, I would like to have that function always called to always reset the user focus to the main menu button. It'll be 1 second. Okay, there we are. Okay. So I guess first thing I can do instead of looking for the answer is try to find the functions I can override. Okay. And we don't want to be on tick. I mean, we could do on tick and that would work, but the problem is that that would try to well, unless we do some weird trickery, that would try to apply the menu button to host every time. So we'd have to have some way of locking it after 1, because otherwise the player moves the joystick down from host to like join, and it'll go back to host within the next frame. So that'd be a problem, right? So we're trying to find one that's called exactly once. And even then, we can have one that says if it's already been called, then don't do that. But then we have to change that state properly, and we'd also have to run it every frame, which is one extra check every frame. A little bit performance, but we're talking about like a couple cycles, which at 3 gigahertz is not a lot, but you know. So construct, destruct, analog value changed. Did you try that? Unfocus received, return node. That could be interesting. So unfocus received. Let's see if we can. Where was it? That was a level blueprint, so I need it over here. Copy, and let's see if I can paste it over here. A tab within a tab, why not? Oh, wait, here. Oh, it's geometry. My focus events. Let's do, break. Break, focus. Focus events. Or not. There we are. Okay. Let's see if we can override something else. I guess we just have to do it. I mean, without doing some crazy tick with a Boolean flip or anything like that. This is not fun. Okay, so yeah, let's do. Well, actually, let's do this here. So, cast to menu game settings. Variables. Oh, did I even expose any variables? That's something to check. I don't think I did. What's a variable? So this will be map combo box. Mode combo box. Put in background settings. It's a variable. I should do combo box, yeah. Let's do combo box. Be a bit verbose. Okay, save that. Now we will try to get sorry. Get combo. Ah, there we are. Combo mode. There we are. Target there. Link this. Grab there. Compile. Whoops, that didn't work. Oh. Okay, in which case, there we are. Alright, I'm wondering if that means I did something inefficiently the first time. Oh well. So now when we open the main menu, it's going to give us control, focus on the map button. So let's try this. And of course, doing that because my mouse is hovering. It's funny how my mouse is jittering. It's actually rebounding so much it's actually doing it in the opposite direction. I wonder if I can ignore that bounce. I mean, I can ignore the bounce in code, but it'd be better if the engine did it. Anyway, so whatever. Let's do A, and now So it's only letting me select the map. Okay. Let's take that off. Actually, I'll just leave it on because I'm going to need it anyway. Okay, so let's see here. Right. Wrap. Hey, Der Koenig. Let's do wrap. 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 And over here, let's do wrap. 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 Now let's see if this works. We can select multiple things now. Obviously, it's not going to. What's happening? Today we're fixing off our menu code. It's weird. We're not allowed to change anything else. This really needs more work. Sometimes you wonder if you should just, do things from scratch yourself instead of using some of FX tools, but yeah, no. Let's check here first before we keep going. Combo box. UMG controller. I looked upset while I was looking at joysticks. Well, things weren't working well. Someone had a turbo pose problem. Okay, so I'm not gonna even touch this right now. All I'm gonna do is make this work, and we'll go from there. So print string. I'm going to short circuit this out, and that will be good. Save, good. Okay, so now I'm not gonna get that true false thing going on. Right. But what I do need is this chunk here. Well, I don't need that chunk, but I need what that chunk represents. So yeah. So return value. Actually, I need it from the same one over here, in the level blueprint, sorry. So I'll need this guy here. Gone. There we are. Connect, and connect. Compile, save, play. Now we should have as such like this. And now when we click back, it should give us back control like this. Oh, it's raining hard where you were? So Der Koenig Bubble says it's raining hard. The rain keeps knocking the power out, so it's getting annoying to have to reset the breaker box. Yeah, that sounds unsafe. not the rain, whatever, because I know how that works, but if it rain is surging or breaker box to make the main breaker flip off, that's it's not just losing power, it's actually tripping the breaker ahead, right? So that's kind of scary a little bit, but yeah. It's one of the nice things about where we live. All the power lines are underground, so weather doesn't affect it that much. Basically, none at all. Right. So we have that fixed off. Let's actually commit that. So git shell. Let's do a save all. Git cd c:\/ Unreal projects check _ it git status git commit am. Let's do git add all. Git commit am or m. Worked on controller support in menus. Okay. So we have these here. Now we should look up here and try to figure out what's going on. So, so now we have this big chunk here, which I put a canvas panel in. I'm not sure if that's what I really want to do, but we're gonna leave it like that for now. Again, we look at StarCraft for that. This is a while ago. Yeah. So we looked at StarCraft, just found a screenshot from the internet. This is an old one. Where each player was on the side here. We're doing it by spawn points, so instead of having, team 1, team 2, whatever, we're going to have a list of all the spawn points where we can assign a player, assign a team. House is built in the 80s, so Wired's terrible. Okay. Hopefully moving since creepy old house is too much for me. It's kind of funny when people say creepy and old for something that's in the 80s. But yeah. Well, for me being born in the 80s at least. So we're gonna have the instead of the map and stuff being there, a map and mode is set up in the top here. The map preview is gonna be bigger because people need to be able to see how big the people are going to need to see where the spawn points are, so I want it to be as big as possible. I can also add lobby chat, but I don't really necessarily care about that. So what would be a good size for this? Let's see. A good minimum size. We will open Photoshop. CC. New image. Let's do 512 by 512. That'll be pretty big. Do I play StarCraft? Mostly play mods of StarCraft. I'm not actually good at StarCraft. So this is a 512 by 512. That's pretty big. Ah, cool. So you're a Zerg Protoss player. Aaron Too Nerdy. What rank are you? I started off at gold, but I slowly kept trying. Well, I was trying to get good at StarCraft a little bit, even though I'm not good at it at all. So I was trying to drill myself and basically be like, regardless of what I see on the map, try to make Marine Ghost work, right? And do some other things to kind of put constraints on myself. And that dropped me all the way down to bronze. And I just stopped caring. But, yeah, so what type of Sorry, what type of what rank are you in StarCraft? I should say. Yeah, 512 looks pretty big actually. We could probably get away with 256 by 256. That'd be a quarter of that. So new image. Actually, I could just do image size. So 256 by 256 should be enough room to show all the spawn points. So whoops. Let's actually use a brush tool. That's not the right brush. I was working on a PCI Express bus image, so I was trying to make the. Actually, I can show you that. Yeah, sure, I'll show you Blender. So this is what I've been working on for the job I work at. So I was working on PCI Express bus connections down there for the material. So instead of oh, you're a diamond harness swarm, nice. Kind of want to learn Terran now, cool. I used to play Protoss when I actually cared a little bit. Can make a check at StarCraft themes, no. Yeah, I could do unlockable DLC chest sets too. That was actually something I was thinking of as well. If it does take off, have if it does take off, have maybe collaboration with other indie artists to have novelty chess pieces or whatever. So I was trying to do this, and I'm thinking, do I want to model all of those like thin connectors and have to deal with Z fighting and all that sort of stuff, or do I do it in Photoshop, which will be a pain in the butt? So what I ended up doing was making a custom Photoshop brushes that were shaped like that, and this one ended up being the right size. So then all I had to do was kind of do this, and oops. All I have to do is just set the spacing to like 120% or something. And then just it just paints for me, right? Hold shift and slide down, and it'll paint them all evenly spaced in a row. Should be, at least. Actually, I found a problem where if you get like frame rate jitters, they won't be perfectly spaced. But yeah. What I was talking about earlier. So if we have like, spawn 1, spawn 2, oops. Spawn 1, spawn 2, spawn 3, spawn 4, spawn 5, spawn 6, spawn 7, spawn 8, 9, 10, whatever. I am dropping frames, it seems. I dropped 690 frames. I'm not sure when that happened, though. I'm also sending up to, like, almost 4 megabits. At some point, I'm actually going to have to try doing the double stream thing, where I stream a lower bitrate than I'm actually recording. So it could be my end a little bit. Hopefully it's good for you now. Since I've been explaining, it's still 690 drop frames, so I'm not sure when that happened. So you have all the spawn points wherever. That should be enough room for that. So I'll make a 256 by 256 image, I guess. Or do I want to try 512? I mean, I could fit 512. What size is this? This one right here is 256 by 256, but it's scaled 2 folds, so it's 512. Okay, let's look at StarCraft again. So they have that preview. We're going to need to be a bit bigger because we don't just have dots for the spawn points. We want to actually number them. so people, when they're setting up the game, know where they're setting each player, right? Yes, let's try that. So here we're gonna actually remove this canvas panel on the image. We're gonna delete them entirely. Bing. And let's try a horizontal box. I know we did this before, but we're gonna try it again anyway, because why not? And this will be fill. And then we're gonna split it in two. We're gonna have image on the left here. We're gonna have this be vertically aligned, and the image size is gonna be 256 by 256. And then we're gonna have a vertical box. We do have a scroll box. Let's see, so in our spawn number slot, the size really is only going to be like 40, so 10 of them will be 400, add some padding about 450. So then if we look at the game settings, this is probably 50. So we need to have at least 640. That'd be running up against 1080p, I guess. So maybe we want to have a scroll. Yeah, so let's make it a scroll list just so we can have it like that, just in case. So we'll have this be fill, and padding, we will have it be 10 pixel padding in all directions. Why not? And we'll have this be padding of 10 pixels in all directions. That's good. And this will be where we add widgets. Oh, right, yeah. Sorry, that's the internal stuff. Okay, so compile, save. Probably actually want to have more padding on this, so on the left we'll have 20. Compile, save. Let's just try playing it. We'll play actually a standalone game now, so we can adjust the window size manually. Post game, and there's this stuff here. So let's see how this scales. We'll need to set a minimum size, but we'll need to do that when we get, oh, it actually scales up quite a bit. And actually, one thing we want to fix as well is on this gamepad support, you can see that this is like this. So what we'll want to do is we'll want to have on mouse hover actually change the focus. Thanks for subbing to my YouTube. So, I do have a YouTube account, and that's where I save all these videos. The idea behind this entire stream is to make a video game from scratch and have everyone be able to see everything that went into it. YouTube will have a very big... it'll be boring because... Well, not boring. Hopefully not boring, but I mean, it'll be... You'll have to go through many, many hours to see the game come from scratch, but... yeah, you'll be able to see, because it'll show all my errors and everything, right? But yeah, if you want to see it from start to finish, you'll have everything documented online. Which means that I can't work on the game outside of the, couple hours a day that I set it up for it. But yeah, it'll be on my YouTube channel if you want to see however much you want. And if you can subscribe to it, look for the Scott Mish Show YouTube channel as a check it stream. I currently have, I think, 18 subs now with this. If I get over 100 subs, I can actually name my channel youtube.com/whatever, right? So subbing is good for me. Unfortunately, I can't really put it here because it would be I would want to have it underneath my Twitter down here, but I can't because it would end up being like a really nasty hash. I can actually show you the hash right now. I'm gonna mute desktop audio for a second. YouTube.com. Okay. This is the channel. It's youtube.com/capital U or /channel/capital U, capital C, lowercase z, lowercase b, capital H, capital Y, capital C, lowercase q, lowercase j, lowercase h, lowercase f, lowercase q, I mean, f, lowercase o, a, lowercase q, g, lowercase g, uppercase w, 9, uppercase j, lowercase n, underscore, lowercase w, lowercase g. That's obviously not a very good thing I can put on my Twitter or something like that, so ideally this would be .com/whatever. So if you all subscribe to that, then I'll be able to do that. But I don't link to my Twitch bio. I thought I did. Let's actually check that. Do I not have anything in my Twitch bio? Oh no. I have no bio. Oh no, that's terrible. Well, yeah, I will fix that. I thought I did. Okay, Josh's whole hardware site has an easier URL. Yeah. And so does his, his Cowboy Days URL has a better URL as well. 2Ks. In jokes. Yeah, so, right. I will fix that. I thought I already had it in my Twitch bio. Sorry. Okay, this has a different question then, because I've been getting like 15 subs since I started. Was that all from Twitter? Like, how would people know? Because I stopped posting on Twitter. How are people still subbing? Are they just searching like my name on YouTube and finding the one with Check It? Okay, I mean if people are that dedicated, that's awesome. I was okay. Well, okay. Yeah. The Bios Project for Nerd. Well, I'm not gonna do it on stream. I'll probably do it tonight after I stop, which will be in about an hour or so. So we have all the user focus set up now. One thing I want to do though is on mouse. Oh, that's what I want to do. It's in the designer. Right. So on, whoops. Here, create a on hovered and an on unhovered. And then I want to go into here, create a on hovered and a on unhovered. Why do they keep resetting this? And then I want to have an on hovered and then an on unhovered. I don't know why, but I smell cookies. Anyway, it's searching me on YouTube. It's the first one that comes up. Nice. Well, for that dedication, anyone who subscribed to me on YouTube, I thank you, because I thought I made it easier for you than that. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, so what we're doing here is, you notice, I'll show you again in case, I think I started explaining it, but I stopped midway, as usual for me. What we're trying to fix right now is this issue where these are highlighting incorrectly. So I'm going to have on hovered change the actual user focus state. There we are. And of course I want it to be on the other one here. Right. So on this, we will set user focus and this. There we are. So now when we hover, I don't think we actually want to do anything with the on unhovered. All we want to do is just change, because if we unhover, we still want to have the same one, right? I just want to change this from being button 199. Bing. There we are. So when you hover any given button, button 200. Get button 200. Bing. Then here. And then, whoops. Main menu. Quit main menu. Oh. Well, whatever. Right. So now this should, whenever you hover something, change the controller focus as well. Let's turn on the gamepad. So whenever you hover, let's say this one, let me move the joystick up. Hover this one, joystick up. Hover this one, joystick around. There we are. So we don't have this weird two hover thing. Bingo. And I was thinking of having something unhovered to reset it, but then I thought further. I'm like, why would I want to reset it? It's what I just hovered probably is what I want to have the controller start focusing on. So, what would I reset it to, right? save all. Let's go open this. Fixed, have hover adjust user state blueprint. User focus state. BP. Okay. Hey, so now we have that, and we have this. Oh, I should have also made a note of that because I changed that too. Oh well. Right. So now in this, we will, in the same way we did game settings old, we will have we had. Oh, did changing it actually delete my? That's the reason why I preserved it anyway. Is that really it? Crummy. So I preserved this so I would have the list of where I add the spawn points to the level, but apparently duplicating it deleted the node graph? Okay. Much luck to my ventures, yeah. The good thing about having a semi-unique name, right? I was wondering if we can actually have parameterized constructor. Let's see here. I'm looking for it for blueprints. I know you can do it in C++. Should actually, yeah. Doesn't seem right, because I shouldn't even, yeah, I shouldn't even look at that. So I should look in here. Right. Actually, it shouldn't even matter anyway, because we're going to have to keep it updated. So we'll just have on tick. So on tick, we will... yeah, so we'll have to have some public variables. So we will have a public variable for integer, the spawn number. And we'll have another public variable for the... probably have to be a list of players. Alright, I can't really decide this yet until I decide how I want to have players join. So let's stop this for now. Let's actually delete this. Save that. And let's look over here. Yeah, let's actually keep... I'm keep jumping around, but let's go and look at multiplayer shootout. And we'll see what the Oops. We'll see what it gives us. So in the blueprint, open level blueprint, set playing state, set focus to the game viewport, set input game mode game only. It's on begin play. That's just a level blueprint. Okay, so it's not in there. Probably want to have the scoreboard widget. Let's look at scoreboard row and see if it's inside here. So player 0. Let's see if the graph changes it here. Get name text. That's what I want to do. So the name, the player's nickname. What sets this though? So let's do a find all references. Get name. So what sets this variable? It's public, so it's going to be set from outside this. So what sets this? My HUD? Is my HUD what sets this? Get player name. So on tick, it's changing everything. Gets the game state, returns a player array. So it looks like the player array is stored in the game state, which makes sense, of course. That's where I have mine too. Create additional row, or conditional row. Sorry, conditional create row for new player. So each tick, it's updating to add 1 row per player in the array. Getting the player name from that and setting it to the value. That's what I was kind of thinking of doing right now. But I need to get that here, so I need to actually get the games, or I need to get the name from the game state. So I have to figure out how the game state tracks it. So let's look back in the game state. And obviously it's going to be set by things tracking the game state. So let's see here. Is there variables? Local variables, event graph, viewport. So the game state looks like it's being let's go here for my HUD. Again, look here. So it's getting the game state. And it's getting the player rate. Oh, so that's a value from that. So that's being set upstream. Okay. So the player list is automatically managed by the game state. It's not done custom. Okay. So game state already controls all of that. I don't think I've ever seen that before, but so game state actor, local variable, player array is a default value. So maybe the reason why I'm so confused is because it's all handled in native code. I was trying to think of how I'd implement it, but it's already implemented. Maybe that's the thing. Okay. And by native code, I mean it's all native code, but there's a project code and then there's the engine code. So if it's handled by engine code is what I mean. And yeah, it's probably a bit confusing because how Unreal Engine 3 and earlier used to work and how a lot of other engines like Unity work is you have native code, which is programmed in usually C++, and you have project code or, mod code or, game code, which is usually done in either Unreal Script, C#, could be C++ too, whatever, but they're separate out. And the engine manufacturer doesn't give you the access to that. Unreal Engine 4 gives you access to both. You can modify the engine code as you will. CryEngine 5, I think it's going to be, will let you do the same. I'm not sure what 3 and 4 were. I know they gave you source access. I'm not sure how they licensed it anymore. I know they're doing it differently now. Actually, that's a funny story, too. So from what I understand, Amazon went to Crytek probably when they were having financial troubles and said, hey, we'll give you a big sum of money, bonk, for a license to your engine that we can also sub-license ourselves. So they made Lumberyard, which is the CryEngine engine. That's forked by Amazon. They can do whatever they want with it now. And it gives them the ability to give it away for free to other people. So when Amazon announced Lumberyard, people were like, yeah, so we can now have a free version of CryEngine. That's been tweaked towards Amazon. The one condition is that if you do have multiplayer and you don't run your own private servers all yourself, if you use a hosting service, you have to use Amazon. So if it's completely single-player game with no microtransactions, no cloud services, it's completely free. If it's a multiplayer game and you're like a big studio like EA or whatever and you run your own infrastructure, okay, whatever. But if you're any other developer and you want to run stuff, I want to use Google. No, you have to use Amazon. Or I want to use Azure. No, you have to use Amazon. Interesting way of doing it. So it was basically sub-licensed to be free, and then Amazon turned around and did that. Then Crytek turned around and said, "Oh, by the way, our engine's free for everyone now too." Period. Just whatever, right? Which I mean, Amazon's doing their fork, and it'll have some AWS services that'll make it easier if you actually are using Amazon, and a couple things that would be kind of unique for them. But people are like, "Oh, this is the way we have free CryEngine," and it's like, no, you can just have free CryEngine by itself anyway, right? And it makes you wonder: did Amazon know that Crytek was going to do that a couple months later, or was it like Amazon got screwed over by Crytek being like, oh, we'll take a big sum of money to open our engine. Sure, we're gonna open it anyway, but okay, give us money for that, right? Yeah. So let's actually see what the player array does in our. Do I have 2 versions of Unreal Engine open? Yeah, I do. So let's see what. Let's actually have it like that. Let's go into, where is our, so game state, base game state, okay. Oh, it opened up in Visual Studio. Whoops. Let's make a temp blueprint derived. And we'll have it be in a new folder. Cancel. Let's make a new folder there because we can't. New folder. No. Have it be in the base folder content there. There we are, new folder. WIP temp. And we'll have this be a, let's just leave it all in there, why not? So public, we'll make a blueprint derived off of this. WIP temp, BP game base game state. There we are. Now we can then prototype in blueprints. I still haven't figured out what that hot reload bug is. I'll have to keep asking around. So the event graph is the tick. And we will have for each loop and player array, loop body, print string, array elements, player state, get player ID. This would be number. Get player string. There we are. Bingo. So for each one, we're going to be listing all of that. We're going to do it on each tick. So we're going to have a bunch of crap going on the side of our screen, but that's okay. Let's do a play. Should maybe something good on this screen. So did I never actually create it? Let's actually see over here. When did they spawn game state? Do I never set game state to tick? Actually, that might be the problem. I may have never set game state to tick. No, if I call something off, it should do that. So construction script should be let's have it be something silly. Let's be quit. So as soon as it launches, we'll quit. Do we never construct a game state? Do we have to do something to construct a game state? Okay, so let's look in here, see how that works. Game mode, does game mode start game state? Player start. What are they doing? Oh, am I not actually using the right game state? Oh, if that's something so silly, that's okay. I think another problem is I didn't actually change it. Yeah. So in menu game mode. So menu game mode, yeah. Okay, so I wasn't using that game state. That makes sense. And then BP base game state. So now we should see that. Yeah. And then we will have print string. And then it would be element target player ID. Sure, why not? Let me convert. Compile, save. Right. Player ID 256. Okay, then. So if they're using a player ID that's a 8-bit, and I'm overflowing by 1. Let's see about that. Let's actually show you the right monitor. A game state. Oh, I need to do player state actually. So the variable I need is unique ID. It's not ID, it's a player ID, right? So maybe it's an A info. This can't be right. Let's see where this is actually defined. Probably easier if I do that in Visual Studio, though. Oops. Here. In base player state. Come on, IntelliSense, do something. There we are. See where it's been defined. Player state, or player ID, sorry. Player ID. There we are. You are defined where? In player state. So why isn't it reflected under documentation then? Anyways, an N32, so it's which makes sense. It's a much higher number. It would be kind of silly for them to lock it down to 8-bit unless they really had the pack structures tight. Which Epic's not exactly the most efficient on data structures in this in Unreal Engine 4. Intentionally, of course. So it makes sense. It would make sense, I should say, to have only 255. Well, 256 values for any given player, but why I start at 256 is weird. Which would mean it'd be for 32-bit, it would be 1, which doesn't really make, or no, it'd be 1 and then a bunch of zeros after that. Sorry. Basically zeros until the 9th decimal place, then a 1, then 8 zeros in front of that. Why would you start counting from that? I don't know. This is actually in religion chat. So I basically asked, so my single player ID is 256. Why is Epic start counting from the 9th bit? Random chance? Because I mean, it could be just random entirely. Like next time I start the game, it could be, you know, something else entirely. But should you see that again? Not 256 again. Let's try restarting the actual game. Be an odd coincidence, though. Because my thought is, you know, if I was getting 256, that would be an error if it was 0 to 255, right? Splash check it. Nope, 256 again. So for some reason they seem to be reserving the first 8 bits for something. Well, reserving 0000 times 24. Or sorry, 0 times, or 0 24 times. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it's not really relevant, but yeah. So we're getting that. We're getting the name as well. So I don't actually need to track who's joining the game and stuff like that. I would if I wanted to do split screen, and I do want to do split screen. Let's actually see that. Let's just test that out. Number of players, 2. Let's do number of players. Yeah, let's do 2. Let's do 2 for now. Why not? So I'm gonna spawn 2 windows. Should spawn 2 windows. Doesn't. There we are. So client 1 257, client 1 256, server 257 256. Wow. Guess I gotta be careful then. So it's seeing that, and then this is seeing that. So basically what's going on is the game state's replicating. Or it's not actually saying the name. Oh, okay, so yeah, it's not saying that. The name is 259, and the it's weird. Why is the name 259? Let's just put this over here. Let's bring this over there. So I guess since there's no name, it's just doing the, yeah. So it's saying the client, on the client we're seeing this being called, and the server is seeing this be called. So I guess I do auth. Then if branch. If we're running on a client, then yeah. Yeah, so it's only a client calls now. Okay, so the client's seeing both players though. Okay. Okay. So we can set the player name by using the internal function here called set player name. Okay, so we're at 10:45 right now. Do I want to keep going with this? Yeah, let's keep going for a little bit. Okay. UI, sorry. So game settings. There we are. On event tick. Actually, no, I want to do it on the... We decided earlier I want to do it on the spawn slot. Or do I want to? So the choice is either to have each spawn slot build its own list of players each tick, or have that be done from the menu itself, but only have to build a list once and just apply it. A little bit more centralized, kind of messy work, or a little bit better performance. But we're also building a small list of like 8 values. That's not going to be anywhere near a lot in terms of... Yeah, let's do it in the spawn slot. So here on the graph, on tick, we're going to have the spawn number here. We're also going to have the variable be player states. Oh, there we are. So a reference to player states. It's going to be a list of player states. It's going to be... Oh, we don't want that. We want... Nope, V. No, we do want this, okay. Yeah, so what we want connected players. And then we want a list of teams, so it'll have to be a number. Because we're only gonna have team 1, team 2, whatever. We're gonna generate names, so we'll just have a integer, not a list, number of teams. So we can uniquely identify this, and then we can have connect players there and number of teams there. So on tick, we will grab here. We will do spawn number. Sorry, label spawn number. Then here we'll have a combo box, player select, and we will have a combo box team select. I think I'm actually starting to get this issue. Why are you compiling incorrectly? Oh, it works, okay. Oh, we need this to be visible. Okay. And we want these to be visible as well because we'll be reading the value. I suppose actually what I could do is have these I could have all the messy stuff of parsing the combo boxes be done inside here as opposed to being done inside the higher level menu, but actually, you know what? I was going to say, then we have to remove all our code, but we saw earlier on today, the code's already been destroyed for some reason whenever I duplicated it. So, I guess it won't matter. So I guess we'll do it like that then. So we'll have a function, we'll create a function, sorry, and it'll be get state. Get spawns number settings values settings, and we'll have set spawn. Not just get, it will be or not set, it will be yeah, that's all I need. I don't need another one, I don't think. Yeah, I don't need that. Let's actually rename this, get spawn settings. Get spawn, sorry, so not number. Set number of teams. There we are. So what I'm trying to think of right now is that when we set up the menu, we're going to pull a bunch of data from some metadata surrounding the map. I still haven't decided what I want to do for that yet. Before I quit, actually, I'll probably check online to see if there's any easy like file reading stuff. Because if I just have a text file sitting near the map site, that'll probably be good enough. It'd be probably nice to have something a bit more concrete, but we'll figure out some way of doing it. I don't think you can override the level type. Let's see here, so let's actually look over here. So UE4 level metadata. You think there'd have to be something. Oh, that's not what I'm looking for. Oh, cool. So level script actor. Every map you make is derived from that, where you can store metadata for your level and map. Okay, so level script actor here, And thanks, of course, to probably Rama. Is it Rama? Yeah, it's Rama. It's always Rama. Not always, but yeah. Level script actor. You can extend this. Okay. So in this, I'll be able to, for each map I create, give it the level name, give it the number of spawns, and so forth. The question is then, how will I be able to grab this from the... Yeah. So UE4, get all levels. I need to find some way of getting all the levels from the menu. I could then have metadata to enable them and disable them, right? The idea is when I want to create a level, I don't want to have to, I know I've been wrestling with this problem earlier, but when I create a level, I don't want to have another separate text file, something like that. I could, but I want to have some as little as possible, gather all the metadata I need. So that way in the menu, I can just be like, I create a new level, it just appears in my drop down menu, and then it is assigned to whatever mode I want or whatever. So how to create levels, of course, it's like that. Let's do level browser. UDK is Unreal Engine 3, but maybe it'll give us what we need. Nope, not even close. Okay. Maybe it's an actual blueprint node, so let's look in the event graph here. Levels. So open level, get current level name, right. Get streaming level, get stream level, unload stream level. New level, open level. Let's do level and let's turn off context sensitive. Let's see if there's... Is level load, is level visible. Flash level string, get current level name, get streaming level. Level streaming. Level manager, that's interesting. Oh, that's mine, actually. Right, yeah. Yeah, that's mine too. Like, that's interesting. It seems interesting to me. Yeah, it should be interesting to me. I put it there. That's not what it means. List of levels. Get all map names, object library, create library, you will set a class. Oh, actually, what I could have done is instead of using level manager, I could have just did a parent class of level. That could have worked. Asynchronous loading. Oh, we actually have to grab all the asset data individually. I'll have to look that up. Look at Sugar Game. Oh, they have hard-coded names. Okay. I mean, if I have to parse a text file, it's not a big deal. Should be allowed. UE4 parse text file. Reading my data for text file. I saw demos for this earlier. But again, it would be nicer to have just the fact that the level exists in the folder be the way. And I mean, this also works too. This being whatever I was just looking at. Yeah, this thing here. Excuse me. Whoop. It's actually a very recent one. Well, actually, I'll bookmark this. So for now, probably what I'll end up doing is figuring out a some sort of metadata string or a metadata file structure that'll give me the information I want, and just parsing it. Hopefully, at some point, I can actually do something like that, where I can just very nature of having the map built with the game. You know, I'll show you over here what I'm talking about. So just by a very nature of in the project settings, maps, and modes, having the maps and modes. Oh, it's packaging. Sorry. Just by nature of having list of maps include a package build here. To be able to search through this, and if I have then a class that these correspond to, which says, okay, this is, add a couple of variables, like this is a menu, so ignore it from the screen or whatever. Give it a game mode, give it a whatever. That'd be nice, but apparently not possible yet. Well, that, but yeah. Because the thing is, that will give me a list of the map names, but the level names, it won't give me the content inside it, though. I'll keep looking on that. So basically, we'll try to figure out that sort of stuff. For now, I'll call it a night, because it's been, hour and 3/4. So, I'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching.